Have you ever wondered what would happen if the sun, a massive, blazing ball of nuclear fusion that powers life on Earth, simply vanished? Not dimmed, not went supernova, not slowly died out, just disappeared in an instant. It might sound like the plot of a science fiction thriller, but let's entertain this cosmic. The results are fascinating, terrifying, and will probably make you appreciate the sun a little more than you did yesterday. The final 8 minutes of sunshine. Surprisingly, Earth wouldn't immediately plunge into darkness. That's because sunlight takes approximately 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach us from the sun, about 150 million kilometers away. If the sun were to vanish right now, we'd still be bathed in golden sunlight for a few serene minutes, entirely unaware that our life-giving star had just ceased to exist. During this brief window, everything would seem normal. Birds would sing, traffic lights would function, and children would still be playing in the park. But as the final rays of sunlight reached Earth, the curtain would fall, plunging our world into an endless night. When gravity goes dark, it's not just light that takes time to travel. According to Einstein's general theory of relativity, gravity also moves at the speed of light. That means Earth wouldn't be yanked out of orbit instantly. For about 8 more minutes after the sun's disappearance, we'd continue our orbit as if nothing had happened. But once that gravitational influence finally vanished, Earth would break free from its orbital path and launch into space in a straight line, cruising at approximately 29.78 kilometers per second, around 18.5 miles per second. No longer tethered by the sun's pull, our planet would become a rogue world, careening through the cosmos with no destination in sight. A cold and lonely road through space. Assuming we don't smash into other planets or asteroids or fall victim to the immense pull of a black hole, Earth would drift aimlessly through space. How long would it take before we found another star to orbit? Try 43,000 years, and that's just a hopeful estimate. This lonely journey would be dark, quiet, and unimaginably cold, flickering lights and fading energy. In the immediate aftermath, electricity would still function, provided it isn't powered by solar energy. Satellites, communication systems, and anything depending on the sun's radiation would quickly fail. Solar farms would be useless. Fortunately, nuclear and fossil fuel plants could continue to operate for a while, but they wouldn't be a long-term solution. The moon would go dark almost instantly after the sun's light ceased. Since it doesn't emit its own light, but only reflects sunlight, it would quickly become just another rock in the sky. However, the distant stars would still shine, tiny, unblinking reminders of a universe that continues on, even in our solar system's death spiral. Photosynthesis fails, and so does the food chain. Plants are nature's solar panels, transforming sunlight into energy through photosynthesis. Once the sun is gone, so is this process. Within a matter of days, smaller plants and crops would wither. Large trees might hang on for a few decades thanks to stored energy and slow metabolic processes, but the writing would be on the wall. As flora died off, herbivores would be the next to go, followed by the carnivores that prey on them. The food chain would unravel rapidly. Oceans would be no better. Photosynthetic algae and plankton, the base of the marine food web, would perish, leading to a collapse of aquatic life. Only scavengers, bacteria, and other opportunistic organisms would survive the initial wave of extinction, feasting on the carcasses of a dying ecosystem. A global deep freeze. Without the sun's warmth, Earth's temperature would plummet quickly. Within a week, average global temperatures would fall below freezing, around 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And it wouldn't stop there. After a year, the surface temperature would average an unlivable minus 100 degrees Celsius, minus 148 degrees Fahrenheit. Eventually, Earth would settle at a stable temperature near minus 240 degrees Celsius, minus 400 degrees Fahrenheit, just a few degrees above absolute zero. Most of Earth's atmosphere would freeze and collapse onto the surface, creating a solid, icy crust. Cities would turn into frozen tombs, buried in layers of frost and snow. Even the air we breathe would liquefy and freeze. Oceans beneath ice. While the surface of the oceans would turn to ice rather quickly, the water beneath might not freeze entirely, at least not right away. That's thanks to geothermal energy. The Earth's core would still radiate heat, at least for millions of years, through hydrothermal vents located on the ocean floor. These vents currently support vibrant ecosystems, independent of sunlight, built around chemosynthesis rather than photosynthesis. These deep-sea communities would become the last refuge of life on Earth. Microorganisms, crustaceans, and other extremophiles could continue to thrive here, unfazed by the absence of the sun. Could humanity survive? Theoretically, some humans might endure at least for a while. Underground bunkers or submarine bases near geothermal hotspots could provide a temporary sanctuary. These structures would need self-contained life support systems, artificial lighting, and sustainable food production. But sustaining large populations in such extreme isolation would be incredibly difficult. Reproduction, mental health, and long-term resource management would present daunting challenges. Eventually, unless humanity found a new home among the stars, our species would likely dwindle and fade away. Would we ever find another star? Without the sun, Earth would drift into interstellar space, a frozen planet sailing through the void. Finding another star with the right conditions to support life would be like winning the cosmic lottery. Even if we did encounter one, adjusting our orbit and reigniting Earth's biosphere would require unimaginable levels of energy and technology. Alternatively, humanity might eventually abandon Earth altogether. If spacefaring technology advanced far enough before the sun's disappearance, perhaps we could migrate to other star systems or build massive space habitats powered by artificial suns. The long goodbye. Ultimately, without the sun, Earth would become a ghost planet, silent, dark, and frozen. All the monuments we've ever built, the art we've created, the books we've written, and the memories we've shared would be locked in ice, drifting through the cosmos like a time capsule of a once thriving civilization. It's a bleak scenario, but one that underscores the delicate balance that sustains life on our planet. The sun isn't just a bright object in the sky. It's the very heartbeat of our solar system, the engine of life, and our guardian against the infinite cold of space. A star worth thanking. The next time you step outside and feel the warmth of sunlight on your face, consider just how lucky we are to have a star that hasn't blinked out yet. The sun has burned for over 4.6 billion years and still has about 5 billion to go before it runs out of fuel and transitions into a red giant. By then, hopefully, humanity will have the foresight and technology to secure its future among the stars. Until then, keep enjoying those sunny days, because life as we know it depends on them. So, what do you think? Could humanity survive a sunless universe? Or would we all just freeze faster than your leftovers in a deep freezer? Either way, it definitely makes you appreciate that big ball of fire in the sky a little more, right? If you enjoyed diving into this chilling scenario with us, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button.